Hi everyone, my name is Ali Fulford and I am the Librarian for Engineering Mathematics at Dalhousie University, and this is a video for you on how to do library research from off-campus and how to access our thousands and thousands of electronic resources from your homes. I don't know if all of you are new to Dalhousie or if some of you are continuing your studies, so I won't make any assumptions, and we will cover topics from the ground up and cover all of the fundamentals. I will keep on talking even though I may stumble over some words or you may hear background noise in my home. I'll just pretend that we're having a conversation. I won't know, of course, if you have any questions, but if you do, my email address is on the screen, alison.fulford@dal.ca, and please don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions at all about what I talk about today or any questions relating to your research and studies. I am working full-time Monday to Friday, but exclusively from home. So what we're going to cover today will take about an hour and a half, I think. And the nice thing about this video, of course, is that you can stop it and then come back to it and keep it as a reference point if you need to go over any topics again and again. So specifically, we will talk about today the library's website, which is libraries.dal.ca, and in particular I want to cover three aspects: the search box, the live help service, and the subject guides. We'll also talk about your net ID and password for off-campus access to electronic resources. Your net ID and password are the same as your email username and password, and they are essential for off-campus access to electronic resources. We will look at the Engineering Math Library Guide, which you can consider as one-stop shopping for access to those resources most important when researching in the field of engineering mathematics. I will talk to you about how to search in library databases. You cannot, as you do in Google, type in a sentence and expect to find relevant and meaningful results in library databases. You must break your topics down into their key concepts and subject words and search for these key concepts, usually in combination. In various library resources. I'm going to show you the library catalog, which is called Novanet. And library catalogs have evolved a lot over the years, and the catalog we have now is very robust and can offer you much more than it ever has in the past. We will look at Compendex, which is the online version of Engineering Index. We will look at Scopus, which is a great database for what is called citation chaining. So following a topic through the literature, following a topic or an author even. We will look at the IEEE Electronic Library, which is considered a Cadillac database because it is full text. And we pay a lot for this database, but its great advantage is that it is completely full text. And then we'll look at the Proquest Dissertations and Theses database, in which you can find master's theses and PhD dissertations, and there's quite a lot of full text in this database. And then finally, I will show you how to set up Google Scholar to link to Dalhousie Library's full text when it is available. This is a great tip, and I do find Google Scholar helpful. But linking to our full text makes it even more of a useful database for you. So we will start off by looking at the library's website, libraries.dal.ca. So we will just go there, and I have it as a quick link. So this is the university's website. There is a tab along the top, or a link, along the top for libraries, and this is the library's website. Recently updated with a new background image and with this COVID information right in the middle, this COVID-19 information, which highlights the services currently available at the Dalhousie libraries. So we'll just scroll down so you can see the page in its entirety. So sections. Let's just look at this location sections first. Most of the physical locations at Dalhousie University are closed, as well as at the libraries. If you are located in the local area, you may know that the Kellogg Health Sciences Library, the Learning Commons, which is called the CHEB, the Killam Memorial Library, and the Wallace McCain Learning Commons are all open in some capacity, and you can make an appointment to go there in person. Some services are available virtually, and the one I would recommend right now is the IT Help Desk. So if you have any trouble with accessing resources from off campus, this IT Help Desk is very good for that. And Live Help, which I will get to in a moment. So back up to the top, and this search box where my cursor is right now is the library catalog. And you see these tabs along the top. These tabs relate to the search box. So when Novanet Basic Search is highlighted, once you put a search term or terms in the search box, then you are searching the Novanet Catalog. If you highlight books, you are searching the Novanet Catalog for books only. And if you highlight articles, you are searching the catalog for articles only. So these first three tabs, Novanet Basic Search, Books and Articles, relate to searching the Novanet Catalog. The rest of the tabs, Databases, e-journals, Subject Guides, and Archives, relate to searching the library's website. So the Databases search allows you to search to see if we have a certain database at Dalhousie University. So you would highlight the Databases tab and type in Compendex, the engineering index database, and if we have it, it would show up. And then all you do is click on the link to access the database. So that is what is meant by a databases search. When you highlight e-journals, you are searching to see if we have a specific e-journal at the Dalhousie libraries. So I'm just going to search for mechanical engineering and see what happens. So we do have a few different journals with mechanical engineering in the title, and to access the content, you would just click on a title and then see if the title is available electronically. And if it is, as this one is via a free e-journals service, you would click on the Go button to access that journal. So I'm going back to the home page. Again, if you highlight subject guides, your search is a search through the subject guides, and if you highlight archives, then you are searching for content available at the Dalhousie University archives. So this is the search box, and it's a single search box that in some way resembles the Google single search box. It's our attempt to draw students away from Google, to give them a search interface that looks somewhat familiar, and to have students do their searches in scholarly or academic resources that we provide for student use. So we will come back to this search box when we are looking at the Novanet Catalog. So this is a very important part of the library's website. The second part I wanted to show you were the subject guides. So every program at Dalhousie University has a subject guide, and these are also known as library guides. There are 214 guides at the moment, and there is a guide in this alphabetical list for engineering mathematics. You just click on the link and you are at the guide. All of the guides are arranged in the same way, in that there is a table of contents in gray on the left, and then once you highlight a tab, the information displays in the center pane. So we will talk about this guide in much more detail later. And of course, if you are interested in guides that relate to other subject areas, you can search in the alphabetical list by owner as well, by subject area. And the last part of the library's website that I want to show you is down at the bottom on the right-hand side, and this is Live Help. Live Help is a service that is available not just to Dalhousie students, but it's available to all students at universities and community colleges in Nova Scotia. And it's meant to be sort of a quick kind of help. It's not meant for any in-depth types of research. For that, you would email me. But it's meant for any sort of quick or brief questions that you may have. And anytime the green dot is present, that means the Live Help service is available. So it's a chat service. So all you would do is just type in your question, and I'll just show you how it works. It is available Monday to Friday. And again, the green dot has to be present before for you to know that the service is available. And there should be somebody right there on the other side, and there is. So I'll just say, just doing a demo for a class. Thanks. So that's how quick the service is. So that is the Live Help service. You can take your time to look at other information on this website. There's a lot of information in the center under these various headings of borrow, find, research, services, locations, and help. So it's good to spend a few minutes on the library's website to see all of the information about, to see the information about various resources and services that we have available. So I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint. Accessing material from off-campus right now is essential, of course, and this is where your NetID and password come in. You can access materials like ebooks, e-journals, e-articles, research databases from your homes. You just need to verify that you are a Dalhousie student, and this is required because of licensing agreements that we sign with our various vendors. So when we purchase an electronic resource, we have to say that we will only make it available to our students. So that is why you then have to verify your status as a Dal student. So at this URL here on the screen is information about off-campus access. But when you do attempt to access a resource, so once you click on an e-journal or an e-article or a database, this screen will pop up. And this is the off-campus login screen. And we'll see this live when we do our demonstrations a bit later. But what you would need to do then is where it says username, put in your NetID or your email username, and then the password is your NetID password, also known as your email password. You click Submit. You get by what is called the proxy server, and then you have full access to any Dalhousie Libraries resource. There is another option available to you that I use all the time when I am at home, and I log into the virtual private network. And this is available to you. You see we're on the library's homepage again. Well, just search for software downloads. And the VPN is free software that is available to you. So I'm following the link for software downloads. I will click on available software. You again have to log in with your NetID and password to access this software. Once you do that, you see the list of available software for you. So there's even things like MATLAB here. The VPN for Mac is on the right side column, and the VPN for Windows is on the left. So you can download this software, and then it's just as if your computer is on the campus, on the local network, and you won't be asked to sign in for off-campus access. So as I said, when I'm working from home, I use the VPN. It's just a lot simpler in that you don't have to keep typing in your NetID and password. So we'll move on to the Engineering Math Library Guide. As I said, there's a library guide for every program at Dalhousie University, and the Engineering Math Guide is available from the library's homepage and here under Subject Guides. There may be some repetition in what I cover, but that's not a bad thing. It can remind you of certain routines. So Engineering Math is down in the list right here. And as I said, all of the guides are arranged in the same way in that they have the table of contents on the left-hand side. So the first welcome page just has some general information for you, information that we are still here and working, that there is a curbside pickup service available for print books. So this is if you are in the local area. You can fill out a form, which is right here. My cursor is circling the link, and then we will get that print book for you and send you an email with a pickup time. And then you would just have to come to the library's door, the building's door, show us your NetID, and pick up your book. So that's a service only for people in the local area. That's me again. And then just some quick links here, how to sign into your Novanet library account, access to the document delivery service, links to various citation styles. So part of your job, of course, is not only to find information, but to then use that information ethically and responsibly, and you do that by using a citation style system like APA or the IEEE style, for example. So going back to the tabs, there's lots of information on avoiding plagiarism by citing your sources. There's a link to the IEEE editorial style manual for 2017. We used to offer RefWorks, which is software that automates the process of creating citations and references. It cost us a fair bit of money, so we have canceled this subscription as of April. But there are free options available, Zotero and Mendeley. So you can find those on the web and download the software necessary to help you automate the process of creating citations and reference lists. I use Zotero. It's very much a personal preference. The libraries doesn't advocate one over the other. It's just personal choice, and I happen to prefer Zotero. EndNote is not free. It requires a subscription, but that would be a subscription you would have to take out on your own. So back to the table of contents, there's lots of information here on copyright, information too on how to get help. Again, there's the live help option, as well as links to various online tutorials on a number of topics. And you can read the topics here. There are some tips on the research process. There's a little PowerPoint here that you can look at all about Boolean searching, and we will cover that in this video today. This tab is very important. It's databases for journal articles and more. So what research databases are relevant to you? I've mentioned some of them. There's the IEEE Explore, the ACM Digital Library. There is Scopus, Engineering Village, MathSciNet. There's Google Scholar. Information to what I've already shown you about connecting from off campus. We don't have many online standards at the Dalhousie libraries. The only subscription we have is to the ASTM standards, and they are available via this link. We do have many CSA, CGSB, ANSI, and other standards available at the libraries, but they are in print. And if you need a standard that we don't have, then just let me know that, because we can purchase standards for your use. Here is a link to engineering math journals. So links here to journals in engineering math. A link here also to the journal citation reports, which is a database that allows you to know and compare journals using citation data. So you can come to know the most frequently cited journals in a field, the highest impact journals in a field. So if you're considering publishing, the journal citation reports can be valuable to you to decide what journals you want to publish in. And here's some information about the peer review process. We do have access to open access journals aside from journals to which we subscribe, and the DOAJ is a great directory for open access journals, and of course these are freely accessible. No login is required. Back to the table of contents, there are some engineering math reference sources, so reference books that we have available. Credo Reference is a database like a electronic encyclopedia. So if you need to get the basics of any topic, something like Credo Reference can help you do that. We do subscribe to many ebook databases, some specific to engineering, such as Access Engineering, the ASCE ebooks, and Novel Engineering. All of our ebooks are cataloged in Novanet. So when you do a Novanet search for books, you are also finding ebooks. The document delivery service will be important to you. It is a service by which we get books or articles or other formats of information for you when they are not accessible at Dalhousie University or within Nova Scotia. Right now, the service is focusing on delivery of electronic articles. We're not dealing with print materials right now. The next tab is how to find theses, standards, and patents. We do not have and subscribe to any patent databases because they are freely available on the web. So the European patents, Canadian patents, and American patents are freely available to search on the web. I've talked to you a bit about standards already. And you can access Dalhousie theses, so theses done by Dalhousie students from 2010 to the present through DalSpace, which is our institutional repository. Thesis Canada has a portal for electronic theses available, and then I will show you also the huge database for dissertations and theses, which is available from a vendor called Proquest. And then there are some final tabs for how to find technical reports in gray literature, some helpful engineering math websites, and then current awareness options. So how to stay current, for example, with a journal that you like, how to receive table of contents regularly, or if you do a search in a database, how to receive search alerts. So this is the Engineering Math Library Guide, a fundamental source, I think, a good one for you to become familiar with. Searching in library databases is a fundamental topic, and some of you may be very familiar with the process. You're advanced graduate students at this point, so you have likely done a lot of searching in library databases. Others may need a refresher, so that is the purpose of this segment. You cannot search in library databases using sentences. They are not constructed that way. And as you'll see, they contain search boxes. So you have to break down your research topic into its key words and phrases, subject words, and put these in the search boxes provided by library databases. So let's do an example, and my pretend topic is the impact on water quality from seepage through landfills and geotechnical liner systems. So based on that topic, my initial keywords and phrases are water quality, seepage, landfills, and geotechnical liner systems. So what you would do then is, based on your initial keywords and phrases, think of synonyms. And the purpose of thinking up synonyms and additional keywords is that it gives you a lot more options when you're doing searches, because you may not find information with an initial keyword, but if you use another keyword, you may find relevant results. So not all searches will bring back meaningful results to you. So it's good to have a lot of different ways of searching, different keywords and search terms to use, because then you give yourself more options to find helpful information. So based on my initial keywords, for example, seepage, synonyms could be contamination, pollution, pollutants, or leachate. So these are all other keywords that I could search when I'm searching seepage, the concept of seepage. For landfills, there's also the singular landfill, so that makes a difference in some databases. For geotechnical liner systems, there are a number of options I could also search. For example, geotechnical liners, both singular and plural, liner systems, barrier systems, landfill liners, all both singular and plural, as well as geosynthetics. So now you have a number of keywords to search and you've given yourself a number of good options. And what you would do then is think of search strings to use within library databases. So a very basic search string for my topic could be water quality and seepage and geotechnical liner systems. So you would be inserting the words in white, and the library database inserts what is known as the Boolean operator, in this case AND. A second possible search string would be water quality and, in brackets, seepage or contamination or leachate, close bracket, and, in brackets, geosynthetics or liner systems, close bracket. So what you see within the brackets are the synonymous words, OR'd together. So when you OR words together, you give yourself a lot more options to find information, because we're not just looking for the word seepage, we're looking for the words contamination and leachate as well. When you OR words together, there's a certain syntax that is required, and any words OR'd together must be inserted within brackets. And again, with geosynthetics, we're not just looking for geosynthetics, but also liner systems. So these two words are OR'd together in brackets. And a third possible search string would be water quality and seepage or pollution or contamination and geotechnical liners or barrier systems. So again, any concepts that we have OR'd together are included in brackets. And in some databases, and we'll cover this when we go to the live demos, phrases would have to be included in quotation marks so that they are searched as a phrase. So if we put geotechnical liners in a phrase, the database would know to search for that phrase rather than the word geotechnical and the word liners. So there's a lot of little rules associated with searching in databases. You'll get familiar with them the more searching you do. The ands and the ors are what are called Boolean operators, and you've likely heard of this term before, Boolean searching. And the concept is just based on a mathematician named George Boole, who came up with this system of logic. So Boolean operators include and, or, and also the word not. So if you want to exclude a concept, you could use the word not. So for example, water quality and Canada, not United States. So that means that any search results you obtain would only relate to water quality and Canada, and any results pertaining to the United States would be excluded. So this is the concept of Boolean searching using Boolean operators. And library databases all have these Boolean operators built in, and they expect you to search using your keywords individually or in combination. And by keywords I mean key individual words or key phrases. So important databases for engineering math, we've covered this, but you can find them on the Engineering Math Library Guide on the Journal Article Databases tab. And today I'm going to show you the Novanet Catalogue, Compendex, Scopus, IEEE, and the Proquest Dissertations and Theses database. And we'll bring all of this Boolean searching to life so you can see how it works using live demonstrations. So that's what we're going to do next. And the first database we will look at is the Novanet Catalogue. So we will leave the PowerPoint and we will go to the Novanet Catalogue. So again, we're at Dal's site. We click on the libraries link. We're on the Dalhousie Libraries homepage, and here is the Novanet Catalogue. So you can do your search straight from here, from the website, for a book you know the title of, or an author, or a subject search. You can also just click Enter, and you leave the website environment, and here we are in the catalog environment. So Novanet, you need to know, is the library catalog for all of the universities and community colleges within Nova Scotia, plus Mount Allison University in New Brunswick. So when you're searching the Novanet catalog, you're not just searching material available to you at Dalhousie University, but at all of these other institutions across Nova Scotia and the one in New Brunswick. So you have a vast amount of resources available to you with some restrictions. And a very important thing to know is that you only have access to electronic resources available at Dalhousie University. So if you find an electronic item that you would like to access at St. Mary's, that's not accessible to you because of license agreements that we all sign with our vendors regarding our electronic resources. Electronic resources are only licensed to the university that purchases them. So let's do a search. We'll bring some of this to life to make a bit more sense. I'm going to search for a specific book that I think is of use to you. Advanced Engineering Mathematics, and we get 198,039 results. Let's just say, first of all, the results display in the center of the screen, and then over on the left are all of the ways to tweak or refine or limit your results. So we see that within our 198,000 results are articles, audio-visual materials, book chapters, books, conference proceedings, and other types of resources. So a lot of different formats of information. Different libraries have information related to our search. So libraries at Dalhousie, and there are 5 libraries at Dal. The Killam Library for the social sciences, the humanities, science, business, management, computer science. The Dunn Law Library, which is solely for law. The McRae Library in Truro, which is for the Faculty of Architecture. The Sexton Library, which is for engineering, architecture, and planning. So the Sexton is your home library. And there's also the Dal Health Sciences Library for medicine, dentistry, nursing, any of the health sciences fields, pharmacy, that kind of thing. But you see results from Acadia, from Cape Breton, from Mount Allison, Mount St. Vincent University in Nova Scotia, NASCAD, from all of the Nova Scotia community colleges. Let's limit our list to books right now. And I haven't said electronic books, I just said books. There is no limit for ebooks, so I'll show you how to limit the catalog in just a second to ebooks. But right now we've limited our list to books, so we now have 945 results. Open access results display in the catalog, so those are resources for which no subscription or login is necessary. They are just open access, available to anyone. Here is a book I wanted to show you. It's Advanced Engineering Mathematics by Dennis Zill. There are 4 versions of this record, and when you see a note like that, it usually means that there are different editions of the book available. Currently, you see there are only print books available. You see the call numbers for each of the 4 books available at the Sexton Library for 3 of them, and at the Killam Library for 1. And I have recently purchased the online equivalent of this book. It's not yet in the catalog. I ordered it a couple of days ago, so hopefully within a week the book will show up in the catalog with online access. I'm so sorry, that's some barking. I couldn't buy the ebook that allows multiple simultaneous users. It wasn't available. The most users I could buy was 3. So that means only 3 people can access the ebook at one time. But that book will show up in hopefully within the next week, and you can access it from your homes. I'm going to take off the filter, take off the books filter, and we go back to our 198,000 results. Now I'm going to limit the catalog to DAL electronic resources. So we're seeing again a variety of formats of information. Here is a book, an ebook available to Dalhousie students. What else? We have some conference proceedings, lots of conference proceedings, another book. Let's see, we'll just go back to number 1. If you click on the title of the book, you get all of the what is called bibliographic information. So the title, the authors, the edition statement, the publisher, the date of publication. So that would be information that you would need for your bibliography, so to create a citation. Novanet does offer you some help. Here in this middle section where all these icons reside, we can help you create the citation in using different citation styles. So you see the MLA style, APA, Chicago, MLA, an 8th edition, the Harvard style. APA has been updated to a 7th edition, but not yet within Novanet. So the citation assistance it's giving you refers to the APA 6th edition. Most often engineering students tend to use the APA style unless the instructor requires another style. So this citation is correct for the 6th edition. It's not correct for the 7th edition. The 7th edition would have the place of publication removed. The permalink is a permanent URL to this record in Novanet. So if you wanted to share this link with a colleague, you could just simply copy and paste this URL. You could email this record to yourself. This RefWorks option is no longer available as we canceled our RefWorks subscription in April. You can export this citation in the RIS format to different bibliographic managers, and you can print the citation. Print the record. So to access online, you normally click on Full Text Access Restricted DAL Users Only. The proxy server should pop up here. It may not, as I've already sort of been using the proxy server today, and I'm not on the VPN. So my home internet might be a bit slow today, because usually we would have resolved through to the off-campus login box by now. If you look down in the bottom left corner, you see this is an ebook coming from Novel, which I mentioned was a collection of engineering ebooks. I'm not going to wait too much longer on this, but clicking on the check for full text access or view online is how you would resolve through to the full text from the Novanet Catalogue. I want to show you something up in the top left corner. This little pin means that you can pin an item to your bookshelf, your sort of virtual bookshelf within Novanet. And to access your bookshelf, you have to sign in. Now, I'm not sure that all of you have DAL cards by now, but this option may not be useful to you right now, but I wanted to show you that it exists. And the barcode username that they are referring to here is the barcode on your DAL card. So on your DAL card, on the front of it, underneath, near the bottom, is a barcode, and then there's a number that starts 21264. And this is your unique Dalhousie library card number. So your DAL card is also your library card, and the barcode on the bottom of your DAL card is your library barcode. So I'm going to type in my barcode number, which is my unique identifier for the libraries, 21264 006 119 686, and then I'm going to put in my password, and the password is usually the last 4 digits of your phone number. Now, this information will be contained in what is called your library patron record. You don't have one yet. If you, for some reason, need this information right now and need to log in to your Novanet account right now, the best thing to do would be to email me, and then I can help you get it sorted out. But when you come to the university in person, it's then that we would set up your library card and have you in our system. I'm just going to put in my password. I'm logging in. And then we can see my account. So my name appears up at the top, and then I can get some options. So I can see what I have out, if I have anything. Oh yes, I do. You can renew your books from here. Right there. You can renew them one by one or all at a time, and you can access your virtual shelf. So I have a number of saved records in here for some reason, probably just from demonstrations that I have done, but this is my virtual shelf. So remember, the login within the Novanet Catalog is not your NetID and password. It's a login that requires a number from your DAL card and a password that is set up when we create your patron record within our Novanet system. And this is more of an issue when you're here on campus. It's also an issue when you need to use the document delivery service. So as we'll see in a little bit, if you need to place a document delivery request for an article, an e-article, in the next term, in the term coming up beginning in the fall, please email me, and then we can get your library login set up. I'm just going to go back and we'll do a new search. So I did a search for a known item, advanced engineering mathematics, and we looked at some books. But now I'm going to do a search just for information. I'm going to be looking for information on my pretend topic. So I'm going to give you a piece of advice that will be relevant to any of the most of the databases we look at. And when you're searching for information, the best thing to do is to look around for an advanced search option. And here we see what's going to be a common theme, the searching boxes and the Boolean operators. There they are, and, or, and not. You can always add searching boxes or lines if you need to. Again, the Boolean operators are built in. Any field refers to where do you want the information to be searched. So any field is the broadest type of search you can do. You could restrict your search terms to a title field, an author, subject field, but I usually recommend to students that you start your searches broad and then limit or refine the searches as you need. Because if you limit your searches too much at the beginning and don't find any information, then it can be frustrating and you might think that there's nothing available. So my advice is to always start your searches broad and then refine them as necessary. So I am going to do a search for water quality. And I'm going to leave that Boolean operator as and then I'm going to put in brackets because I want to search seepage, or I'm inserting the or, contamination. Close my bracket. So seepage and contamination are OR'd together and placed within brackets. And then my final search term is geotechnical liner systems. Now, water quality and geotechnical liner systems are phrases, but within Novanet you don't need the quotation marks. You don't need to put these words in quotation marks to search as a phrase. Novanet will search them that way anyway. And each database is different in this way in terms of how it handles phrase searching. So I'm leaving my search terms at any field. I'm using the broadest type of search. My terms are ANDed together because I want any results that are returned to me to have the concepts of water quality and seepage or contamination and geotechnical liner systems. I'm leaving my resource type as all items. I don't want to be restrictive as to journal articles or books or conference proceedings. I'm leaving it any language. Most of the results will be in English. There are language limiters if you need to. And you can also limit your searches by date. Say if you just wanted more current information within the last 5 or 10 years or even the last year. So once you've got your search constructed, you send it away, and then the database does its work. Now, as I said, Novanet is much more robust than it ever has been. In the old days, you wouldn't get article results in a catalog. You wouldn't get newspaper articles in a catalog search, but now you can. So we've got 73 results. They are all full text online. You see full text online, 73. A nice limiter here is that we can limit to peer-reviewed journals. So before the articles have been published, they've gone through a peer review process whereby experts in the particular fields of study have reviewed the content before it's published. What else can I show you? You see the red arrows here. This is a new feature within Novanet. Some records have 2 arrows, one pointing up and one pointing down. The upward arrow means that you can find other resources that cite this particular article. So if you click on the up arrow, you can see that this list of 4 articles all cite that original article. The other arrow pointing down means that you can look at the citations within that particular article. So this is a sort of rudimentary version of citation chaining, these upward and downward arrows. They are a way to give you additional results. So let's look at number 2, comparing the performance of landfill liner systems. And again, I will just point out the bibliographic information to you. Comparing the performance of landfill liner systems in blue is the title of the article. This is an article. Some students confuse this article title with the journal title. So what you're seeing here in blue is the article title. The authors follow, and there are 2 authors. This article is found in the Journal of Material Cycles and Waste Management for 2002, Volume 4, Number 2, on pages 135 to 142. So that is the bibliographic information for this article. You can see there's related reading again, not related to the citations, but just some related reading. And then full text is available. So let's click on that link. Here we go. So what we do now in this sort of intermediary page is we try to link up what we can offer you through the catalog and link that to our electronic resources. So there are a number of options for electronic full text for this particular article. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't really matter which option you click on, but what you do is simply click on the green Go button, and we will leave the catalog environment. Again, the proxy server should come up here, but I've already been on the proxy server, so it's remembering me. And so usually you just have to sign into the proxy server once during a session, and it remembers you. I'm not on the VPN right now, so I'm not resolving for that reason. So here is the article comparing the performance of landfill liner systems. It's from a vendor called, or a journal publisher called Springer, which is very well known in the STEM field. Usually you have to just hunt around a little bit for the PDF option, and there it is. And this was quick. Here is the PDF version of that article. So that's really nice. You have everything accessible to you on your desktop. So I'll just close these off. We're back to the catalog and back to our list of items. There are just a few other things I want to say about the catalog. I did misspeak, and when I mentioned that the McRae Library at Dalhousie University is the library for the Faculty of Architecture, it is the library for the Faculty of Agriculture, located in Truro, about an hour away from Halifax, Dartmouth. The Sexton Library, which would be your home library, is the library for architecture, all of the engineering programs, as well as planning. And I might have misspoken and said the sign-in is up in the top left corner. It's, of course, up in the top right. Sorry about that. I need to tell you also that even though this Novanet Catalogue can do more than it ever has done in the past, it does not let you search for journals by their title. It only indexes journals at the article level. That's why we've seen so many results with journal articles, but we haven't seen a result with a journal title. So to search for journal titles, to see if we have a certain journal at the Dalhousie libraries, you need to do what we looked at before, and that is go to the library's homepage, highlight e-journals, and type in the title of your journal. And of course, this is only electronic journals. We do buy still print journals, and to see if we have those, you have to go over here to Novanet Classic, which is the previous version of our Novanet Catalogue. It's a text version of the catalog. It's pretty simple to use. You can search by keyword, or you can search by browse. And browse just means you're doing an exact search for a title, for an author, for a subject. So let's just look to see if we have civil engineering. And if we have something, it usually matches exactly on the second line. I am just going to save some time. I know that the journal Civil Engineering is in this category. And you see type. We've seen that before. That's format type. So serial is the same thing as journal, is the same thing as periodical. We use these three words interchangeably. I wanted to show you, I guess, this top one. So the brief record for that serial or journal, and then at all items. This shows you which libraries have the journal. Now there's a lot going on this page. And so Acadia University has it. We have it at Dal in electronic form through a vendor called ABI Inform for these years, 1988 to 2002. We have it from another vendor, Academic Search Premier, that's EBSCO, from 1997 to 2014 electronically. We have it from Proquest from 1988 to 2002. We have another version available electronically from 1997 to 2014. And then we also have it in print. So when you see Dal Sexton Library Serials Collection, that means the journal is in print in the Sexton Library, and we have these specific years and volumes. Volume 53 for 1983, all the way until Volume 83, number 12 for 2013 December. Journals at the Sexton Library do not have a call number. You don't see a call number anywhere. That's because they are shelved alphabetically by their title. So Civil Engineering is in the C section under Civil Engineering. So that's just a quick run through of how to search for print journals. You have to use the old classic version of the catalog, the text version, or you can use the website search for e-journals. So that's just a little detail that you need to know, that as much as our current library catalog can do, it does not let you search for journals by title. For that purpose, you have to use the e-journal search on the website, on the library's website, or use our older version of the catalog, Novanet Classic, to search for print and electronic journals. So that is all I wanted to say about the Novanet Catalogue. Let's pop back to the PowerPoint. Compendex is next. I want to show you how to search in Compendex. Compendex is a word formed by COMP, so for computerized, EN, engineering, and DEX, index, so Compendex, the electronic version of engineering index, which we used to have in print in the library, the print volumes. The nice thing about searching in a subject-specific database like Compendex, which is subject-specific to engineering, is that right away you are limiting results to the field of engineering, whereas the catalog search was fine, but it's searching across all kinds of different subjects, so there's going to be a lot of extraneous material returned to you. Compendex, you're limiting yourself straight away to the field of engineering. So let's access Compendex via the subject guide for engineering math. So we're back in the subject guide list, and we're just going to engineering mathematics, and we are going to the tab for databases for journal articles and more, and here we find Compendex, and I'm just going to click on the link. I logged out and logged in again so that we would get the off-campus login screen, so you could at least see it. It's important for you to see it. Of course, the net ID and password, we submit, and we get by the off-campus proxy screen. Now, this interface, there's a lot going on, and they've recently updated this interface. I like the older interface better. It didn't seem as busy to me, but let's make some sense out of it. So what you see here, that's the search box, the single search box. Let me see. We can add another field, so add a search field, so it really means add another searching box. So we've got 3 in there now. You can add as many as you like. Here are the built-in Boolean operators, right? So a familiar theme again. This indicates where you can search, so in all fields, subject, title, abstract, publisher, and what else is going on? So databases, we get Engineering Village or Compendex from a company called Elsevier, which is a huge publisher. But we also get the novel ebook collection from Elsevier, so you can search the ebook collection and Compendex at the same time. So you'd get ebook results plus journal articles, conference proceedings, and lots of different results from Compendex. You can limit your search by date. So Compendex does offer information from 1884 to 2021. The database is updated weekly. It's very current. You can specify a specific language if you like, limit to English or whatever language you like. You can specify right from the beginning that you only want journal articles or books or all document types. And you can specify how you want your results to be listed, so by newest first or by relevance to your search. Auto stemming is a great feature. It's automatically on, so it allows you to search by other words formed with other possible suffixes. So for example, if you're going to search by control, auto stemming allows you to search also controls, the plural, controllers, controlled, controlling. So auto stemming is an automatic way to expand your search. You can sign in if you want to this database and create an account. Again, you can save searches. You can set up alerts. So if you do a specific search, you can save the search, and then the database will send you updates to that search as they are published and as they are included within Compendex. So let's do a search, water quality, as we did in Novanet. In this database, in Compendex, when you are searching a phrase, you have to either put the phrase in quotation marks or use the curly brackets. So these brackets, where are they here? Those brackets. I find it easier to do the quotations. So we're searching water quality as a phrase, and we're going to use that Boolean operator. Seepage, seepage, or pollution or contamination. Oh my, am I typing contamination? So we are ORing seepage, pollution, and contamination together to expand our search, and we're including the ORed words in brackets. And then a final word, let's search landfill. So since auto-stemming is on, the database will also search landfills. I'm not going to set any other limits right now, and let's send the search away. So it's thinking, and here we go. We have 498 records returned to us based on our search. So right now this search is sorted by relevance, so relevance to the search we inserted, but you can alter that. So some people like to see the newest information at the top of the list. So we can sort our list of 498, so only the most current records appear at the top, and then go to the date descending. You can see the first one is coming from June 10th, 2020. I did mention Compendex is updated really regularly, as recently as 1 week ago. There's some open access material included in Compendex. Compendex is not a full text database. So once we get our list of citations, we then have to link to the full text if it is available. Now I want to refine my list, and again the usual routine is that the results display in the center pane, and any refining or limiting options are available on the left. So I'm just going to pick journal articles. So I just click, and what else do I want to pick? I guess I'll just pick English. There are some other English options available. There we go. And let me see, I want very current material. So where is the date? Year, sorry. Year, and I only want 2020 results. And then I say limit to, because I want to limit my results to the 3 limiters that I have loaded. So here we go, 15 results. They are all journal articles, they are English, and they are from 2020. So let's just look at number 3, a sustainable paradigm of sewage sludge biochar. So that is the title of the article. There are a number of authors. The source is the journal from which the article comes. I don't know why they don't say journal title or something more identifiable, but Journal of Cleaner Production is the journal, volume 269 for October 1st, 2020. There is an abstract or a summary of what the article is about. There are also related documents that you could have a look at. So Compendex is trying to be helpful and give you other possibilities. And here is some information from Scopus, which we will be looking at next. This article has been cited 0 times in Scopus since 1996. So there's no trail to follow in this case. We can't see the work of authors who have cited this particular article. Compendex is not a full-text database, so we have to follow the yellow Get It at Dal button to find full-text options if available. We try and link you up with our full-text subscriptions when we can, so if there are any options for electronic full-text, they will be under this heading, and we do have one from Elsevier. So to access the full text, you just click on the Go button. And here is the journal. There is the PDF to download the journal in PDF format. You can read it online. Again, more recommended reading. No citing articles. So this is how to find an article, the full text from Compendex. So we're back at our list of articles, I want to show you another one and another example of something that is not full text available electronically. So let's look at number 5. Well, it's also open access, so we'll just use it as an example though. So let's pretend that this article was not available via an open access means, and you were trying to see if the Dalhousie libraries had a subscription. So you click on the Get It at Dal button, and you see right away that there's no holdings for electronic full text. So the next best option for you is whether we have this journal, Water, from Switzerland, available in print in the library catalog, because then you would just go to the library and get the print volume. So to do this, you click on the Go button beside Dalhousie's catalog. You see it pushes you through to the classic version of the catalog, in which we could find journals by their title. There is no journal of that title within Novanet, so we can't use the print option for this article. So that means that if you really wanted to find and have access to this article and read it, you would have to use the document delivery service. To do that, you click on this green Go button. And now we have to log in to the document delivery service. As I mentioned, this is the same login, so you use that 14-digit number underneath the barcode on your DAL cards. So I'm going to show you how this works. So we are logging in to the document delivery service. And what happens now is that there's a request form that needs to be filled out, because we are requesting a copy of this article from the closest owning library outside of Nova Scotia, whether that is across Canada, the United States, or abroad. So the system has filled in the required fields for me. You can say that you need this journal by a certain date. That's quite helpful to the people working in document delivery. So you will be delivered the article via an email link. So the library that has this journal will scan the article and send the scan back to us, and you can access it via an email link, which will be contained in the email that you get saying that your document delivery request has been fulfilled. The information here, your email address, phone number, and whatnot, are coming from your patron record. So that's something we need to do when you come to campus, or as I said, if you need to use the document delivery service, let me know and I can get you set up. All you then have to do is click the box to certify that you're using the article for fair dealing purposes, for educational purposes, and then you click Submit. And then what the staff do when they receive this request is find a library that has the journal, Water from Switzerland. They will scan the article and send it to you. There's no charge for using the document delivery service. You can use it as often as you wish. There's no charge. Right now, because of the current situation, we are limited to delivering electronic articles to you. The document delivery service does deliver print books, but only when things are well again and we're back on campus altogether. So this is Compendex. We looked at how to do a search using our keywords and the Boolean operators built in. We did a search. We refined our search by some of the limiters on the left-hand side of the screen. We accessed an article using the Get It at Dal button, and we accessed the electronic full text. And then I showed you what the procedure is for obtaining an article that is not available either in full text at the DAL libraries or in print at the DAL libraries, and for that we use the document delivery service. Any articles that say they are open access, you can find them by searching the title on the web. There's no login required for open access information. So that is the Compendex engineering database, a very good one for you to know about. Right away, it's subject specific, so limiting your search to the field of engineering, the very broad field of engineering, but it's still a much more specific way to search than using the Novanet Catalogue. So the next thing I want to show you, the next database, is Scopus. It's also brought to us by the company Elsevier, so we have a subscription for Scopus as well as Compendex, and these databases come to us from Elsevier. They are connected via the vendor, so that is why when we were searching within Compendex, we could see some of the Scopus information. But now we'll search Scopus on its own. We access Scopus from the Engineering Math Library Guide, again on the databases for journal articles and more, and right there is Scopus. We click on the link, we insert our off-campus login information and click Submit. And here is the Scopus interface. Looks a bit different. So as you'll see, as you probably are seeing, the sort of process for searching is the same in that we use our keywords and phrases and the Boolean operators. It's just the interfaces of the various databases look different. Scopus is not specific to engineering. It's a good one for the STEM fields, but it is not specific to engineering. In terms of the interface, we have one searching box exposed or showing. You can add more via the plus sign, and you can add another one if you want and keep on going. Now we see our Boolean operators. There are limits that are hidden, so we can expose them by clicking on Limit. Again, I'm not going to set too many limits from the start. I like, as I mentioned, doing broad searches and then limiting after the fact. Scopus is nice. It has a few quirks to searching, and as many databases do, there are search tips available. The biggest one probably to know straight off about Scopus is that when you are searching for a phrase, for an exact phrase, lots of hidden menus here. You must use not quotation marks, but the curly brackets. So these little curly brackets to search a phrase in Scopus. You can look through the information related to searching at a later time. So we'll go back to our searching screen. So now we're going to search. Start off again with water quality. I will eventually change up the search, so I'm not boring you with the same searches. Water quality and seepage or pollution or contamination and landfill. Now, Scopus defaults to searching in the article, title, abstract, and keyword fields. It's not a full-text database, so these would be legitimate fields to search. You can leave it there. You can go broader to all fields if you want. I don't tend to change things in Scopus. And let's just send this away for now. 835 results come back from our search, and the one thing I tend to do straight away is alter the sort. So right now these records are sorting by date, so the newest is display first. You can alter the sort so that the cited by highest to lowest is the sort. So the article that's been most often cited is in the #1 position. So this article, Environmental Technologies at the Nanoscale, has been cited by other authors 443 times. So that's quite a large citation, cited by number. If you click on the 443, that's a hyperlink. You can then see all of the 443 articles that have cited that article. So this is what is meant by citation chaining. And then you can even keep on going. You can see that this article has been cited once, and you can follow that that citation trail. You can see the number of citations over here on the far right. This number 12 has been cited 338 times. So you can follow a topic a long way through the literature. I'm going to set some limits on my 835 documents. I want just material from 2020 and 2019. I only want conference proceedings this time. Conference proceedings are even more current than journal articles just because they can get to publication so much more quickly. And I want English this time. So that may bring my list down a little bit to 12, quite a lot actually. So again, Scopus is not a full text database. We have to link to the full text when it is available. Let's see if we have any open access options. We do. Number 2 is open access. Number 3 is open access. 4, 5, 6. So that's a lot of open access here. 7, 8. So again, those ones would just be freely searchable on the web. I must say that sometimes conference proceedings are harder to find, that we may not have them at Dalhousie as often as we would have a journal article, so it's nice to see all of these open access options. Let's just look at number 1. That wasn't open access. You can view the abstract of this article to help, conference proceeding to help you determine if it's one you really want to look at. You can click on the Get It at Dal button to locate the electronic full text, and we do have an option available for electronic full text from Earth, Atmosphere, and Aquatic Science Collection. So we just click on the Go button, and again we resolve straight through to the full text. Here we go. So the online version is here on the screen. You can read it on the screen, or there is the PDF icon. There's some help given to cite this article in various formats. It defaults to the APA 6. I see it does not have the APA 7th edition, but there are lots of other formats available here for citation. You can email this article to yourself, print, and a number of other options there. Again, we don't have access to RefWorks, but there are a lot of other options available here. So that's how to access the full text of an article, a conference proceeding via Scopus. And the main strength of Scopus is its ability to allow the citation chaining. Don't forget there are a few quirks to searching in Scopus, especially in terms of searching a phrase, so the curly brackets are required, and you can always access search tips here via the help. Most databases do have search tips available, or a help section that can help you get the most out of the database by reading about the searching tips and options. So that is the Scopus database. The next database I want to briefly show you is the IEEE Electronic Library. So for electrical and electronics engineering, as I mentioned, it is a Catalogue database. It is completely full text. So that means that you don't have to link to any full text because the full text is complete within the database. We pay a lot of money for this database for the full text. It is well over $100,000 every year for a subscription. So it's a very nice database. You access the database via the same old Databases tab on the Engineering Mathematics Library Guide. Here is IEEE. The interface, of course, is looking different. It's unique to this database, but the procedure for searching is the same as we've been talking about all along. You can look at the interface. There's information about featured authors, featured articles, news and updates, upcoming conferences. The page defaults to the single search box. There is the advanced search option. which, as you know by now, I do recommend. There's a command search, which means that you have to construct the search from scratch using various operators. There's also a citation search available. Let's go to advanced search. I'm going to change it up a bit this time. Let's look for Smart Grid. Now, the use of quotations indicates that this is a phrase search. This database won't even include smart grids in this search. It's limiting the phrase to specifically smart grid. Even if you use a word like computer and put it in quotation marks, the system will just look for computer, not even computers. Let's switch the operator, the Boolean operator, to OR, and we will look for, in quotation marks, smart electrical grid. So this is an OR search, so we are looking for smart grid or smart electrical grid in all metadata. I'm not altering this at all. I can add another search field if I wanted to. I can set some limits, but as you know, I like to start my searches more broad, and then I just send the search away. So we have a lot of results, over 30,000 in various formats. It's showing all results. We can specify that we only want results in our subscribed content, because there's a very small bit of content that we don't subscribe to. So just so that you, and you can see our number has not reduced by that much. But now we have full access, as indicated by the open lock, to these 30,000 results. You can limit in various ways, as we've done before, by author, if you know a specific author, by author affiliation, so their school or the institution with which they are affiliated. Lots of different ways to limit. You will never have to worry about accessing and linking to full text, because the full text is easily available. We're paying for it, so lots of PDF. So this is a very nice database for that reason. Another type of search you can do is in a specific title. So if you know a certain publication, you can just search within that publication. So let's say that I know that I want to only search within the publication IET Smart Grid. And this is something that you can do in the other databases as well. I just didn't show it. So instead of leaving the searching in option at all metadata, you would just search in the publication title. So we are searching this title, IET Smart Grid, in the publication title. And we send the search away. Let's just make sure we are within our subscribed content. So no change there. So 130 results. You can then search within these results. So search for a topic within the publication title. Let's just pop in something like security. And search. So we have 9 results. So 9 results relating to security within the publication IET Smart Grid. And then again, you can just look through the list to see which publication you want to look at, and you have no issues with full text because the full text is freely available. So this is the IEEE electronic library. That's all I want to show you. It's very nice. Very nice luxury to have full text. I'm sorry we can't offer you more full text, but as I've told you, it's very, very expensive. What are we doing next? IEEE we've done. Now we are moving on to a database that is not restrictive as to subject, as Compendex was in being specific to engineering. Proquest Dissertations and Theses is a database that is restricted as to format because it only includes master's theses and PhD dissertations. We access this database again via the library guide. The tab is down at the bottom for theses, standards, and patents. I've talked to you a bit about the other thesis options. Let's click on Dissertations and Theses database. It's a Proquest database. What keeps popping up here at the top is my Zotero. It's the bibliographic manager that I use, and it comes as you have to download it, but there is a desktop toolbar option that is quite handy for capturing PDFs and whatnot. So that's what that yellow bar is. I'm going to do a different type of search in Proquest. Again, even in this database, we have our searching boxes. We can add boxes, and we can see our Boolean operators. I'm going to search this time by school, which is a feature of Proquest Dissertations and Theses, but it's quite particular in the way in which it wants you to search by institution. So you select university institution, and then you look up a specific institution. And I'm just going to search for Dalhousie. There it is, because it wants me to search in a specific way. So I'm going to search and include both Dalhousie University as well as Daltech. There are some theses under the old Daltech label. So we are searching Dalhousie University and Daltech, and then you can even search by advisor if you are interested in seeing the theses that were supervised by a certain person. And let's put in somebody you know. You can limit to full text. This database has a lot of full text in it. I believe Theses and Dissertations, it's either from 1995 or 1997, from any school, are available in full text. Let's just send our search away and see what happens. So there is one result. So this is a scanned version of the thesis, actually. So it is a master's thesis, and Gordon Fenton was the supervisor. So you can download this thesis. It's in its entirety, and again, the same options for citing, emailing, printing. I'm just going to do another quick search here, engineering mathematics, and I'm searching anywhere. Let's just see what's available, just to show you the variety of content. So almost 246,000 results. You can see them listed here. You can further refine if you want to. Let's refine by full text. So that brings our number down just a little bit, so still a tremendous amount of full text. So let me see now. So there's a thesis here from Arkansas, Southern California, Washington, University of Toronto. So a very powerful database for you to know about. You can search certainly by topic, by subject, or limit the database to a specific school, to a specific supervisor or advisor, to even a certain degree. So a lot of variety available for searching in this database, and certainly at your level, a very good one for you to know about. The final topic for today is how to set up Google Scholar to link to Dal Library's full text. It's a very good tip. It's just going to take me a minute to show you how to do it. So I am going back here to the web. I'm going to search for Google Scholar. So here is the Google Scholar interface. Up in the top left corner are these three lines. That's a hamburger menu. It looks like a little hamburger. Just click on the lines, go to Settings, and then go to Library Links. And if you do not see Dalhousie University Libraries in the list with a little tick, as we do for the Canadian National Catalogue, just search in the search box for Dalhousie University. And then when it appears, tick Dalhousie University full text at the Dal Libraries and save your options. So now when you do a search, let's just pick one, you will see over on the right-hand side that the full text at the Dal Libraries is available to you. It's a really nice option to have, so you're not always met with a paywall and asked to pay for content. You should never do that because we provide you so much free content. So just make this connection to the Dal Libraries, and then you again see our intermediary screen where we can hook you up with the full text via Google Scholar. So there you go. Really nice tip to know about. That is all of the content that I had to show you today. I know it's a tremendous amount of content. This video has become a little bit long. It does have a table of contents, so you can skip through it to sections that are of particular interest to you. I know you probably had questions along the way. Please, as I've mentioned, do not hesitate to email me. I'm very glad to help you. It's kind of nice in these days to have connections with people and to talk to people via email, or we can even meet via Zoom or Microsoft Teams. The Engineering Math Library Guide, as we've seen, is a tremendous resource to start. Take a look at that, and it's been very nice to kind of connect with you in a certain way. I've been in your heads for a long time. I will say goodbye for now. I hope you will be well until we can meet in person. So take care for now. Bye-bye.